Hey guys, pretty much got the mill cleaned up, put back together, pulled the way covers off on Y, cleaned that all out, blew everything off real well, cleaned it all, lubed it, 5W30 motor oil. Go 10W30, but I prefer using 5. It's a little less. Had a little bit of binding on wire prior to pulling this apart. Come to find out, once I pulled the Y covers off, the adjustment screw, you can't see it, but it's underneath the way cover there. Excuse me. Which secures the ball nut on Y. Was pretty near ready to fall out. It had loosened itself up. A little bit of binding on that. You could hear it was kind of working a little tough, a little too tight. Tighten that puppy back up. Got it set. Set the gibs on Y as well. They're located here on the side. On the bottom down here, there's 2 gibs on the side there. Same pretty much applies for X. I had a little bit of binding down on this end with my travel extended. Excuse me. Tend to bind a little bit. Easiest way to do this is just loosen up all your gibs and move your axis back and forth, adjusting your gibs, skipping these screws and going back and forth, kind of like you do with a torque wrench. When you torque bolts and whatnot. Got Z cleaned up. Like I had mentioned in my other video, I still got to machine the thrust bearing mount for that. I got the mount actually machined. I just got to locate center, get it all set back up on here and locate center. Drill and tap the mounting holes, top and bottom, and I'll be good to go on that. Also had another problem, go figure, because it's been a while since I had programmed this, because I built the whole thing, probably 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Yeah, it's just was a manual mill, and I made all the mounts and everything, installed all the software and everything, did it all myself. I had forgot on step and direction, so I had Z and X was home and fine, Y was wanting the home negative when it should have been home and positive. I couldn't figure out why. Went into the program, monkeyed with it for a bit, got Y to home right, Z to home right, and had the same problem on X. Yeah, it was about that time I had remembered to change my values in homing and limits, and I'll quickly go up in here and show you where that's at, because I had forgot all about it. You just go up and config, you go down to homing and limits, and that brings up that screen, and you can adjust your positive and negatives here, whichever axis you're having your difficulty with. My case was X, so I just reversed it there, enabled it, enabled negative here, and you just click OK, but in this case I don't click OK because it's already done. Let's close the program. When you do change any values, you always have to go back and reset it, whether it be your ports and pins or anything, you always have to go back and reset it. But in this video I want to keep it fairly brief, and what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to reference everything home. Those of you could see how that kind of works. You can also go up in the diagnosis screen and you could reference them, your X, Y, and Z, or any axes that you have enabled independently. But in this case I'll just go up to program run, which is the home screen, and just click reference all home. Quickly kind of film this here so you can see it in action. those that haven't seen it. You can see and see it does have a slight wobble to it yet. If you look close at it. I loosened up the block on the bottom. It's not missing steps, so it's a plus sign at any rate. It's working pretty smooth. Can't complain. See, it'll home itself first, then Y does, and then X.
Giving away all kinds of stuff today. So just listen.
And I haven't got my motor covers cleaned up, put back on yet.
I mean, I'm giving away so much stuff that it's like
X or Y itself home.
How could you not win? I'll have another chance for you to win passes to the Miller Lite.
And I can speed this process up to where it would home quicker or slower.
Right now, here's 6 puppies.
It's working quite well. I have no binding, and everything seems to be running as it should. That's pretty much all she wrote on that step. Go back to the screen here and you can see that my DROs, digital readout, they're all back to 0. Should I have been missing steps on any of these accesses, it would be minus 1, 2, or whatever the value would have been. So I'm not missing steps, so that's a good sign. I am gonna next weekend, excuse me, because I won't have the time this weekend. I gotta get my covers back on. I am gonna install my tool and plate, get that all back on. I'm going to machine the caliper original mounts off. These tips are sticking up here. I'll put these in my vise. I'm going to machine that close to being flush. I don't know if you can see the gap difference on that, but I'm just right where it starts to go flat there. I'm going to machine that flat there because I'm going to make new mounts for it where it's going to look like the real brake caliper mounts on the car are. They don't mount like that. In my case, I'm going to come off the back side. The actual mounting holes, you can see a little bit better on the front here. That support the front of the caliper and the pads. There'll be a bracket I'll make and it'll mount off the back side of this. So it will look realistic. It'll look just like the real caliper mount. Pro Street type car. Stringent engineering design, if you will. Pretty much what I'm basing my struts on that I'm going to be machining as well. It'll have axle housing, 2 mount brackets on the rear end. Be mounted identical to the front. The plate will just be a little bit built a little bit different at the housing. But at the caliper, it'll be the same. But, anywho, just starting to get back together. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.